Kelsey Wesley is officially no more. The little girl is now officially a Kiriakis, and she has a brand new name to go with her new legacy. Kelsey Adrienne Kiriakis. Oh my gosh, you guys, I actually got a little teary-eyed when I read this. Naming her after Adrienne is just so incredibly sweet and so deeply rooted in the rich history of this show. Adrienne was the woman who stepped up to the plate and loved Alex like her own flesh and blood. It is a beautiful tribute, but of course, because this is Salem, the heartwarming moments last for about 5 seconds before the absolute chaos begins. The custody war between Alex and Joy is reaching a boiling point, and the collateral damage is going to be spectacular. Let's rewind for a second and talk about why this name change is such a massive deal for Alex's character development. Alex has some of the deepest, most painful abandonment issues in Salem history because his biological mother, Angelica Devereaux, basically tossed him aside. Angelica was a total nightmare. She was manipulative, selfish, and treated Alex like a massive inconvenience in her life. Adrienne, on the other hand, was the ultimate mother figure. She gave Alex stability. She gave him a real home. So, by naming his daughter Kelsey Adrienne, Alex is actively choosing to honor the woman who actually showed him what unconditional love looks like. It is a beautiful full circle moment for his character. But it also makes me wonder about the past. What exactly was Kelsey's original middle name? The spoilers don't explicitly say, but it is so fun to speculate. Was it Nancy after Craig and Nancy Wesley? We all know Nancy would absolutely demand a namesake. Or maybe it was Chloe? The Wesley family tree is wild and full of drama, but I am so incredibly glad this little girl is officially a Kiriakis now. Dropping the Wesley surname entirely is a bold move, but it cements her place in the Kiriakis mansion. But here's the kicker. The sweet family bonding is completely overshadowed by the morbid but highly necessary legal paperwork. When you have a child, especially in a messy co-parenting situation, you have to establish who gets custody if the unthinkable happens. Joy is laying down the law, and she is making her boundaries crystal clear. When it comes time to sign the documents detailing who will raise Kelsey in the event of Joy's death, Joy flat out refuses to sign anything that allows Stephanie to raise her daughter. Period. End of discussion. She will not put her signature on a document that gives Stephanie Johnson legal rights to her baby. And honestly, I am 100% on Joy's side here. I know a lot of fans hate Joy for how she hid the pregnancy and blew up Alex's life. But let's look at the cold, hard facts. Stephanie is a walking liability right now. Can you believe she actually thinks she is in any mental state to raise a child? Stephanie has been spiraling completely out of control ever since her terrifying kidnapping trauma with Owen Kent. She is suffering from severe PTSD. She is highly erratic, and we literally just saw her pull a loaded gun and fire it during a panicked meltdown. She got arrested? Why on earth would Joy want her precious baby girl anywhere near a woman who is acting like an unhinged, gun-toting vigilante? Joy is just being a protective mama bear, and I completely respect her for drawing this hard boundary. Alex, however, is not handling this well at all. He is furious. He is completely losing his mind over Joy's demands. He runs straight to Stephanie, puffing his chest out, and aggressively promises her that he will never, ever allow Joy to dictate these terms. He tells Stephanie that he won't allow Joy to cut her out of the paperwork. And I am just sitting here screaming at my screen, telling Alex to wake up. Alex is living in this massive delusion where he thinks he can force a perfectly blended, happy family fantasy. He wants his cake, and he wants to eat it too. He wants the baby mama to play nice, and he wants his traumatized wife to just magically step into a loving stepmother role. It is so incredibly selfish and completely tone deaf to what these two women are actually going through. Let's be real for a second and ask the million-dollar question. Does Stephanie even want to raise Kelsey? Seriously, think about it. Stephanie has made it abundantly clear that she does not want kids right now. She was completely blindsided by Joy showing up with this baby. She feels like a total outsider in her own marriage, watching Alex and Joy bond over diapers and bottles. Stephanie is drowning in her own trauma, trying to piece her fragile mind back together. The absolute last thing she wants is the massive, lifelong responsibility of raising her husband's love child with another woman. I actually think Alex is fighting a battle that Stephanie doesn't even want him to fight. It is actually hilarious when you break down the psychology of this bizarre love triangle. Alex is out here acting like a knight in shining armor, defending Stephanie's right to be a mother to Kelsey, completely ignoring the fact that Stephanie is probably terrified of the idea. If Alex actually stopped talking for 2 minutes and listened to his wife, he would realize that Stephanie and Joy are probably on the exact same page. Joy doesn't want Stephanie near her kid, and Stephanie doesn't want to be near the kid. They both want the exact same thing. It is the most ironic, ridiculous situation on the canvas right now. Alex is the only one forcing this narrative. And this brings us to the massive legal threat looming over everyone's heads. We know that Joy has been consulting with Belle Black to explore her legal options. Joy wants to make sure her daughter is safe. And with Belle being a powerhouse lawyer and former prosecutor, Joy has the ultimate legal leverage. She could easily push for a restraining order against Stephanie based on the gun incident alone. But wait, if Stephanie doesn't even want custody, maybe Joy doesn't need to go nuclear. Maybe Joy doesn't need Belle's help after all. If Stephanie just admits that she wants out of this stepmom gig, they could settle this out of court in 5 minutes. This whole messy dynamic reminds me so much of the classic legendary custody wars we have seen on this show over the decades. Think back to the absolute insanity of Sammy Brady, Nicole Walker, and baby Sydney. Sammy fought like a tiger to protect her child from a woman she deemed dangerous and unfit. We are seeing that exact same primal, maternal energy from Joy right now. Joy is the new Sami in this scenario, fiercely guarding her cub from the chaotic, dangerous environment of the Kiriakis mansion. And much like the Demera and Brady wars of the past, this custody battle is exposing all the deep cracks in everyone's relationships. Alex is trying to play the peacemaker, but he is just throwing gasoline on the fire. So what happens next? I predict that this whole situation is going to blow up in Alex's face in the most spectacular way possible. I think Stephanie is eventually going to hit her absolute breaking point and scream the truth at Alex. She is going to tell him that she agrees with Joy. Can you imagine the look on Alex's face when his own wife tells him she refuses to sign on as a backup guardian? It is going to shatter his perfect little family illusion. And honestly, it might be the final nail in the coffin for their marriage. Alex desperately needs a partner who is fully on board with his new life as a father, and Stephanie is just not that person. And that is okay. Not everyone is meant to be a step-parent, especially not in the middle of a massive PTSD crisis. I honestly cannot wait to see how Belle navigates this if they do go to court, because Belle is family with Stephanie, but she is a lawyer first. The conflict of interest is juicy, but my ultimate theory is that Joy and Stephanie are going to have a secret sit-down. No Alex, no lawyers. Just two women realizing that the man in the middle is the one causing all the friction. If Stephanie steps down voluntarily, Joy wins, Kelsey stays safe, and Alex is forced to face reality. It is a win-win for the ladies and a massive reality check for Alex Kiriakis. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Stephanie secretly agrees with Joy? Drop your theories, and I will see you in the next video.